you know, had problems with masturbation and porn. So, if I had the internet then, like, we had the internet, but not like today. Like, if I had a smartphone and when I was 15, 16, oh man, wow. Like, I would never leave the house. Like, I would have left the Kingdom Hearts at 15. But, yeah, so I would sneak porn, VHS tapes, whatever. So I had this problem, right? Like, and it really was normal, really, to a degree, like, I guess, but they made such a big deal out of it. It was so taboo, masturbation and stuff like that. But I was honest about it, and so by me being honest, and coming forth and say, look, I want to proceed, I want to get baptized, I said I got to be honest, right? Because my conscience wouldn't allow me to just not tell anybody and to get baptized. I'm sure some other people did, but I couldn't do that. So I told the elder, and he basically said, look, we got to hold you back. You can't be an unbaptized publisher or something like that. And I finally, I said, okay, I try to work on not doing that. To make a long story short, that's another story really, because that's another video probably, because that was hell for me. That time period was hell because I struggled really bad. I tortured myself, kind of like years earlier. I would torture myself because I wasn't good enough or something. All that started coming back, and I'm like, oh Jesus. Felt guilty about everything again. Have a wet dream, I felt guilty. Like, this is normal. So he said, yeah, we got to hold you back. You can't be an unbaptized publisher. So, of course, you get depressed a little bit, and the sisters don't really want to date you. I was interested in some sisters, like, because you're not lit, you don't have a title. I believe that was some of the reasons, maybe some other reasons. But, and you're 16, 17, 18, you start getting interested, right? Into dating and stuff, you can't date the worldly girls. I had one or two worldly girls was interested in me. I had to turn them down. One, she wanted to take me to the prom. My conscience wouldn't allow it. So I'm like, nah, couldn't do it anyway. So I'm like, nah. I'm like, if I can turn back time, right? But, so yeah, I dealt with all that, and so I said, well, okay, I was dealing with that plus the doubts that I had that I talked about earlier. I'm dealing with all that stuff, and it started to weigh me down. So, my motivation would start to go down. I still went to field service, still preached, still went to the Kingdom Hall, but my motivation would go down, and the elder said, so he said, let him know when I stopped doing what I'm doing, About 6 months later, a year later, of trying to control my habits and my lust or whatever, I got fed up. I said, because I knew I'm not getting baptized. As long as I be honest, I'm not getting baptized. So I lied. I said, what, I'm fine. About a year later, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm cured, whatever. And he allowed me to be an unbaptized publisher again. Also during this time, and I felt bad about that. I felt bad about lying, but also during this time, I started to drift away a little bit. I started to kind of have serving God, serving Satan type of mentality. If you, so I wanted to dance. I wanted to perform. I wanted to, I got into music, oldies but goodies, and I got into my parents' music, and I was a weird guy, but I have an old soul, and I formed a doo-wop group with my brother and a couple other brothers in the congregation. Something innocent. It wasn't really frowned upon because it wasn't rap music, but we formed a little doo-wop group, trying to be the Temptations. I wanted to be James Brown. I fell in love with James Brown and started trying to dance like James Brown. I would dance in my parents' basement and everything. So I wanted to show it off. I said, hey, look, this is cool. Like, so I would grow my hair out just a little bit, have a little afro. Yeah, had a little afro, and that was kind of frowned upon, but they allowed it for me because I wasn't baptized. I wasn't setting a real example anyway, so it was like whatever, Started to perform. I performed at a gathering, at a Jehovah's Witness gathering, and they loved it. They loved it, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And I got the performance bug, and so I started to drift away. I was still active, but not active. they allowed me to be an unbaptized publisher again. I was working my way to baptism at this point, until one day I just stopped. I lost motivation because I was lying. I was lying to them anyway. So I'm like, I can't do this. I slowly drifted away. I no longer was in a singing group. I'm like, whatever, guys. We wasn't a real deal singing group. It was just for fun. I can't really sing, but I can dance though. Okay, so yeah, I would perform my James Brown at a wedding or something, and they will allow it sometimes. And so, around 19, and I'm going to leave in the description below, one of my James Brown, my dad's video at a gathering in 1999. I was 19, so as you're going to see that, they was cool with it, but I may have got to talk afterwards. Like, be careful. I'll leave it down the link below. Also, another link of my comedy. I got into stand-up comedy. All this is happening. All this. I'm starting to live double life. And so, to make a long story short, I'm around 19. I go to college, and I'm drifting away. I'm still going to the Kingdom Hall, and I have the doubts that's wearing me down. I still have doubts. I still believe it's the truth, kind of, but I'm having doubts. I'm not baptized anyway, so I have no real obligation at this point. I'm like, I don't have to do anything, I dodged a bullet, right? So I'm like, the sisters are not that interested because I'm not, baptized or whatever, or even if they were, whatever. But so I moved on, and around 20, I moved out. I said, I gotta go. I gotta live my life. I was curious. I wanted to, date. I wanted to have sex. The normal stuff. Me much more than probably another young guy or another youth because it was all taboo to me, so it made it more attractive to me. So I moved out, and got into stand-up comedy. Like I want to perform. I want to be different. I want to do me. Like I wanted to do me. Like, not saying I made all the right decisions. Not saying that if you leave the Kingdom Hall or Jehovah's organization, you're gonna do bad things. This is just my story. I probably would have did it regardless. I got baptized. It wouldn't matter. My destination is my destination. I learned from a lot of mistakes though. So I moved out, and started performing, dancing, and doing comedy. In my next video, I will go more into how I really awoken, because I was still blind even though I left, because I thought it was still the truth, kind of. So this is only part of me awakening, the doubts and me just wanting to live my life and realize there's good people outside of the Kingdom Hall too. So I'll get into that probably my last video, hopefully the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave 2 links below with some fun stuff. So one of is me doing comedy at the Jehovah's Witness gathering. So I got away with a lot of stuff. So thanks for watching. Thank you.